What's going on, everybody? My message for tonight is, can we stop judging ourselves so damn hard? Judgment in and of itself, and that frequency of shame that is held within judgment, ain't coming with us as we ascend into higher states of consciousness. Can we let go of needing to judge ourselves and that learned behavior? Because at the end of the day, that shame, that judgment was never ours. It was never ours. It was someone else's passed on to us, and we took it as our own and stored it in our body, and as a habitual pattern we relive it and then re-suck it in, because many people think it's in their best interest to be hard on themselves, to judge themselves and to judge other people, when that is one of the bigger illusions we're breaking out of. Can you have compassion for yourself and realize that whatever you're trying to get rid of in your experience, whatever habits you're trying to change that are currently in your life, any situations that you're judging, can you start to hold that as long as you have conscious awareness and commitment to that thing dissolving out of your life, that it will dissolve out of your life in its own divine timing. And you no longer need to push it away by judgment, because I promise you, if you're trying to force something out of your life via judgment, no matter what it is, any coping mechanism, a job, a relationship, you're going to elongate it. You're going to have it stay there much longer than it has to by judging it until you learn the lesson. And as we ascend and let go of judgment, this process of ascension happens in our body. We're not going anywhere. We're not going on a ship. We're not leaving the earth plane. So it can be very uncomfortable as we start to feel the shame. Our bodies are ascending. We're not magically going somewhere else. We're staying in our bodies on this earth plane, in an earth that has already ascended. So at first it can be very uncomfortable. It can feel like if you don't judge yourself, then something's going to go wrong, then you're not going to get it done. You're not going to get the message. You're not going to have the motivation to cut something out of your life. When again, from the lens of a higher perspective, judgment no longer serves us. And when we let go of judging ourselves, we let go of judging other people and the projections we place onto them. When we're okay with what is now in our own life and how we're doing things and why we're doing things, we start to be okay with how everyone else is operating their lives, navigating their own lives. And again, this can be very uncomfortable to feel the shame coming up with inside you, because you have to feel it. You have to feel how hard you've been on yourself for many, many years, most of us, before you can clear it. And a lot of people are going to start feeling these bodily sensations and go to their doctor that they've been going to for years and ask what's wrong with them when their body's just ascending, and their doctor may label it as something. God help these Western medicine doctors. But that's what's happening. A lot of the times there's just going to be these sensations of shame coming up in our bodies to be felt, and that don't need any medication or healing. And a lot of star systems, a lot of light system beings that we can't necessarily see, think it's funny and silly that we judge ourselves, because they see us as the divine beings of light that we are, encased in a human body, And if we remembered that, then we would stop judging ourselves so hardly as well. Stop judging ourselves altogether, actually. What we're going through as a human collective is very fucking intense. Like, the most intense it's ever been for human beings in the history of humanity. So, the beings of light around us that are helping us navigate this process know this. But a lot of us have forgotten it. And we judge ourselves because we've taken on the standards and the programming of people and systems that profit from our shame. And again, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a vegan, or you only drink green juice, or you just eat the air and you're on top of the mountain every day. I don't care how many crystals you have. I don't care how exclusive you think your group is. If judgment is still a resonance in your body, you ain't fully ascended into 5D, honey. And there's a big difference between illumination, right? I mean, there needs to be illumination and shedding light onto what's actually going on in the world right now. There's a big difference, a fine line, a very different energy illumination holds versus judgment. So can we let that go out of our bodies, and by doing that, serving everyone around us by no longer judging them either? And seeing the perfection in how everything is unfolding right now. Even if you don't understand totally what I'm saying, can you let yourself off the hook? Can you take the pressure off of yourself, at least tonight? And how you're living your life, what choices you're making, how you're doing things, why you're doing things, the current state of your existence. Because again, I promise you, if you're committed to your growth, to your awareness, to leveling up your game, the things that you're judging yourself so harshly right now will eventually dissolve. And instead of spending that energy in judgment and shame, you can feel it and burn those lower density energies within you, so that life can be a lot better and more in flow and less rigid and less serious. And that cloud of doing things wrong, doing things the wrong way, not doing them fast enough, not doing them like this person, not doing them how you're supposed to be doing them, that cloud no longer needs to be in your life or anyone else's life. It's a third dimensional cloud. And again, having compassion for ourselves when we find ourselves clearing more and more debris and resonances of judgment within us, because it's not something that happens in a weekend, like a convention, a spirituality convention, where it's like, all right, I cleared all the judgment out of me. I'm good. I'm set. Check. No, it doesn't necessarily work like that. But the more you practice this, the more you practice letting go of judgment and self-compassion, the easier it gets, and the less there is to clear within your vessel. I hope this message helps. Have a good night.